Spent hearts and bucks for all sorts of interesting things, places that people have lived, perhaps. But today, a plaque is being unveiled in St Albans to commemorate an election scandal that took place in 1851. To tell us more, we're joined by Professor Tim Boatson from St Albans and Hertfordshire Architectural and Archaeological Society. He's going to tell us a little bit more.
Good morning to you, Professor.
Good morning.
So what was the scandal then?
Well, back in the 19th century, I'm afraid election bribery was pretty rife across the country. But in St Albans, they got caught out. And what happened was you, as an elector, was summoned by the agent of one of the contestants, and secretly you went into a room and the agent turned his back and there was a pile of sovereigns on the desk and you helped yourself. That would have been okay, but the opponent who lost the election complained and an inquiry was set up. Eventually the inquiry came to St Albans and it was discovered over 500 men, but only men at that time were allowed to vote, were found guilty of accepting bribes. They weren't punished because the inquiry said they could give evidence and it would be all right. But the consequence was quite dire for St Albans because they didn't have an MP then for 30 years. They were banned from having an MP.
Okay, so where would this plaque be and what would be on the plaque then?
Right, so we've got quite a lot of alleyways in St Albans, and this is in appropriately named Sovereign Way. And back last year we got a mural artist, Ant Steele, to paint a mural with the characters involved. Jacob Bell, who was the one who did the bribery, is there, and we're putting up an information panel so that when people see the, I think, really nice mural, it'll be explained to them why it's there and what actually happened.
I love the fact that it's down Sovereign Way as well. It all ties in. It's amazing. Why is it important to remember stuff like this?
Well, back those days, as I was saying earlier, bribery was pretty rife. Only a certain number of people were allowed to elect, so they had to have a certain income. And it was all part of the process, really, of democracy cleaning itself up. And it wasn't really until about 1885, when St Albans got an MP back, that you actually had constituencies related to the population there. Prior to that, it was really a mayhem with lots of different constituencies. For example, St Albans, before that time, had two MPs, not one, but two. Though it didn't have the population to deserve it. So it's an important part of the process. And what we're going to do tonight, actually, at 7 o'clock, is reenact the inquiry and the parliamentary debate in the museum and gallery here, where the old courthouse, where the inquiry actually took place, is still there. So we're going to reenact the whole thing.
Brilliant. Can people come along? What time is it and where do they need to go exactly?
Well, I would love to say you can come along, but you won't believe this, but it was sold out as soon as we advertised it.
Wow.
It was sold out within hours. I had to have keen people. But the good news is we are thinking about doing a second one, so we can certainly let you know if we repeat the enactment.
Professor, we would love to. That's amazing. I just love that type of history. It's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Good luck with it tonight. I'm sure it'll be absolutely perfect. And thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you. A pleasure.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.